Hey everybody! Today we're doing a planning session for episode 18 of the Kingmaker campaign, and it's tomorrow, so let's get working. So, as usual, we start out with a few things. We start out with the party's goals, so they're gonna go back to Wincelian, do a recon, stop Adonis's coronation, obtain a pet, and then check on Whiskey Business, reunite with Kestrel. So this is what they gave me at the end of last session. However, I did give them a lot of time to plan, so instead I have the plan up here that they sent me today. So we're gonna go with this as the goals instead of what they gave me last time, because this one is much more defined. So last time they destroyed the Midnight Circus, of course, communicated with Teramia, she was not happy, and then entered and explored the Purple Chateau. So by the end of the session, they should do a few things. For one, make it to Wincelian, learn about the Black Cloaks, which we'll talk about later, and then also learn about the coronation of Adonis. So, a few different things related to the coronation. Like when it is, where it is, who's gonna be there, how long it's gonna take, what's gonna happen, kind of security detail, just that kind of stuff. So, let's start with, we'll go in the order of the plan. So the plan is to do eons of recon with scrying. So, eons of recon, I like that rhyme, by the way. So, what do they get from the scrying? So, they're probably gonna do a few things. They're gonna scry on Adonis, they're gonna scry on the Ringmaster, they're probably gonna scry on the Queen, probably the Palace, probably even Kestrel to figure out what she's doing. So we're gonna have to plan a few things for them, because I don't really want to improv all of that kind of important information. Let's start with Adonis, the obvious one. So, my guess is, at this point, if they're working this fast, then he's already in the city. So he's somewhere. What will they see? So they're going to scry him multiple times. So basically what I'm going to do is, instead of describing each individual occurrence, if this was a heavy intrigue campaign, I would do that. But it's not. So, instead, we're going to basically, we'll just give him like a quick summary of everything that they see. So basically his routine. His routine is he's in a very, let's see, he is often in very fancy living quarters, office spaces, or sitting rooms, I guess you could say. He writes letters, the contents of which are basically requests for aid, orders to his troops. At some point, he'll meet with his general. So we have to decide what his new general is, since they already killed his other right-hand man, basically. So let's come up with this right-hand man. Give me a race. How about a dwarf? Ooh, here we go. A Zentian military uniform. So I won't explain who this guy is. And they're probably gonna think that Zentite's in on this, but really, he is he's like a retired, or maybe even a deserted, Zentian army officer. Which will explain why he's leading the armies. I need a good dwarf name. So, what's a good dwarf name? What I do to make names is I stare at my keyboard, and I start with a letter, and I just start putting letters together until I think of something cool. Alright, how about Dorgon? Dorgon. Yeah. Or like Dorgon? Dorgon. Yeah. Keep it simple. Dorgon. Adonis's general and former military commander of the Zentite. Sure, that sounds fine. He talks with Adonis about like provisions, weapon caches, troop movements. So the bottom line here is Adonis has about 100 soldiers in the city. So that's not a lot of soldiers. So what he's going to do is he's going to get the church to get some more war-oriented priests, and he's also going to have the Black Cloaks. So they mention having the Black Cloaks in the church to back up the coup. Not really a coup since the church is in on it, and so is House Carloman, their current ruling body. But, you know, close enough. Okay. What else would they see? I mean, okay, like, what would Adonis even be up to? He'd probably meet with the Archdeacon. Nails at some point. They discuss the coronation. So Adonis here would mention the missing gems. Nails is upset, as he should be. Those are sacred relics. It says they can be replaced. Now, you might ask, how is he getting diamonds if there's a diamond shortage in the city? Well, diamonds have to be going somewhere. That's all I'll say about that. Okay. What else will he do? I need to give, like, people that the party can talk to and, like, do stuff with that isn't, like, killing people, fighting them. Give them some options, you know? Maybe Adonis has a girlfriend or somebody close to him that he sees. So maybe another Dragonborn, maybe? What races are there? Whoops. Oh man, do we have anything that would complicate this? Now that would be complicated. Not Kasumi, definitely not Kestrel. Definitely not Old Dawn. Olivia? Man. Not this guy. Saffron? Nah. That's Norman's girlfriend. Sir Holden. He got shipped back off to Morselta. Okay, none of these people then. How about bad guys? Oh man. Didn't think of this. So what about this girl? The owner of the Black Moon Company, which is heavily connected to the Ring Varine, and she's trying to help the Ring Varine, at least the upper ranks of it, survive by getting in good with the guy who's trying to wipe them out. Yeah. I like that. I think she was from Hanalea. I think is what I initially had in mind. Okay. Meets with a white furred female tabaxi. And he is definitely not sleeping on the floor. I think they'll know what I mean when I say that. So basically, he's trying to get in his good graces and preserve the Ring Varine and Adonis. It's pretty smoking hot. And great in bed. Okay. I mean, his name is Adonis. Okay, so she's trying to get on his good side and, you know, get some as well. This is Water, the owner of the... Oh, what did I say it was? It was the Black Moon Company? Who's in the bad guy? Black Moon Company. You'd think I would have known that. So she's not only trying to preserve the Ring Varine, she's also trying to get a company. How about... She's not really, like, owning the Ring Varine, but she definitely has friends there. So she's trying to preserve them from getting inquisited by the Black Cloaks. What other information would we get from this? I think from the planning and stuff that he would do like every day for the biggest event of his life, they would know the coronation. So the coronation's gonna happen on the okay, so it's day 12 and I gave them 2 months, so that's 60 days. So it'll happen on day 72. Be on day 72 at dusk. And then there's gonna be a party, of course, all night where he celebrates. So maybe like him and Walks on Water like actually have a thing going. He's gonna try and marry her. Maybe he's gonna propose to her at this party. Okay, so he's gonna buy her a ring. So there'd be a scene of him buying very exquisite. Diamonds are rare, and I don't think he would give himself away as having access to them. So that's another good gem. How about like an opal? Those are pretty. And an exquisite opal ring. talks about proposing to someone. They might make the connection, they might not. Okay, so that's of Adonis, the queen. She talks to Adonis a lot. Yeah, who's the queen with? They're probably expecting the queen to be with Adonis. I'm trying to think of what she would be doing. Probably talking with her boys here. Midnight Circus is gone. Oh, she's probably talking to the Crow's Clutch, maybe. Oh, what if it's... None of them have really seen the party, though, so it's not like I can send Cupcake after them to really complicate things. Ah, I could foreshadow a conflict that we'll talk about later. Ordering a kidnapping of a certain small dragonborn girl. Says that will get him out of the bank. So what she's trying to do, she's trying to get Mojern. That's how I spelled his name. U-R-N. Mojern out of the bank so that she can seize. Ooh, that's not how you spell seize. The wealth inside. So, but he's super loyal. Beautiful. And won't let her. So basically, she wants to get rid of Mojern so that she can get to the finances and have access to all the good stuff that's in the bank. Basically, she's gonna raid the bank, take a bunch of money. I think maybe the king had like a safe deposit box in there that she can't get to otherwise. And I think it holds like a what would it hold? Something big. They won't find out about that because Mojern won't know what's in it. So we'll do that later. It's not important right now. The queen, I think that's about everything that the queen she plans for the coronation. She probably plans to like step down as the queen and just be a. Of course, she would be advisor to Adonis. She wouldn't take a bad deal for herself. She would want some power. Okay, who else would they scry on? Maybe Whiskey Business. So atmosphere is dour. Mojern cries and drinks in the corner. Oh, what were the two guards' names? There's two guards on the street. I think that might have been in here. It was Cletus and Lloyd. Yep. Cletus and Lloyd are there almost all the time. And then there's some tough looking gangster types with feathers on their hats or tied in their hair. So, Kestrel took over the Backstreet Bruisers as a different symbol for the gang membership. So they might check on Kestrel. A shady looking bar. Pouring. I think that's the right word for pouring. Right? I think that's right. We won't be fancy today. Going over some maps. City. And plans. So the maps show safe houses of the Backstreet Bruisers. So I think Kestrel, she's gonna talk to the leader of the Ringverein. This guy, Dorian Maglio, Dorian 9 Lives Maglio. He's the mob boss. Let's just grab this. Talking to... Darn it. And a super fancy smoking. Basically, older man in a blue suit smoking a cigar with a very fancy sword on his lap and an ornate ring on his right middle finger. Cool. So that's Kestrel. What else would they need to look at? Let's look at their plan. Eons of Recon with Scrying. Oh, we talked about the Ringmaster. They're gonna wonder about the Ringmaster. Guess more like reading. More research, basically. He's not doing much. He's just trying to... Oh. More ledgers. And a growing pile of precious metals. Yep. So that's the Eons of Recon they wanted to do. Okay. I think that's everybody that matters. Oh, they might do... If they try and scry on the Archdeacon, it won't work. He's smarter than that. No scrying works. No save, nothing. He is protected from scrying. Cool. So we got done with Eons of Recon. And they're gonna go back to Arendelle and resupply. So this I assume they'll do during a travel or like in... Oh yeah, they have a teleportation circle to get there. Okay, so Arendelle. So there's guards everywhere now. Armed to the teeth. Guards at the gate. There is a curfew. Let's break this down. There's a curfew. No one outside after sundown. Many theaters and performance halls are shut down, which is a big deal in Arendelle. Okay, they're allies. So they have the hobgoblins. I think they're probably staying in Cricket and helping build, because they didn't come up with any other instructions that they needed them to do. So Master Din probably just sent them to help the villagers. So we'll talk about talk about cricket later. Well, the town. Okay, and oh, what did I say their leader's name was? Okay, Gaius. I'm gonna have to figure out what these guys were doing too. Okay. Hired for 100 gold pieces. Most go to cricket. Okay, 5 are at the estate. Which I'll talk about later with the estate. Five hobgoblins here, including Gaius. Oh, what was his wife's name? Isn't it like Cornelia or something? Yeah, Cornelia. Wow, I wrote a lot of lore this time. Okay. Cornelia. Okay. We'll come back to them. So, Hobgoblin army staying. Cricket helping build. So we'll talk about cricket here. What did they help build? So there's several shacks. Blacksmith. There's a small shrine to Felicity. Goddess of Fate and Luck. Because they feel like they've been blessed with luck at running into Sir Cricket and his companions. They're very grateful. There's actually like a fishing process going on, so that the docks are expanded. They are preserving the fish. Some have started to sell it to Arendelle and surrounding villages. So they are collecting funds, setting aside a gift for cricket. So the gift is what would seem like a big deal to the peasants, but like nothing to the party, but will still make them feel bad. 10 gold, and they're gonna treat it like it's a fortune. Simple but well-made box. Presentation with lots of ceremony. This is gonna be a big thing. Oh. Hobgoblins are building wooden walls around, around the place. Okay, here's what I also think is happening. Doc and Alia hang around Cricket, and they like shuttle lumberjacks into Mietwood and ferry the wood across on his barge, and Alia helps him. He's liking her a little bit more. He still doesn't fully trust her, but they make a good team, I guess, because she helps speed up the whole process. So, Doc, Alia, Barge are here when the players get there, if they go there to check. Alright. So got Doc and Alia, got the Hobgoblin Army, the band. Last time is at, they're not at the Mercier estate, but they live there. Live at the estate, but are rarely ever there because they are performing some of the bars and stuff to earn money to thank the party. They're gonna give the party 100 gold pieces as a thank you. And they're really good too, so they earn quite a bit of money, so they can afford this. They play at like high-end bars and performance halls. Because a few of them used to be famous, not famous, but pretty good before the whole circus thing happened. So what other allies got sent here? Okay, well, there's the villagers. Oh, we need the estate. The villagers made the place beautiful. So everything is up to date. Floors are gleaming. The walls are flawless. There's new art hanging on the walls and sculptures in on pedestals. That's not how you spell pedestal. Pedestal. Okay, so this stuff would be like Cricket's Deeds. Probably like some super dramatic shots of party members doing cool stuff. Stuff like that, yeah. Okay. So that's that. Did Mercier show up? Did she find a way out of the Shining Lands? I think I'll save that for later. We'll save that little event for later on. She might not even get out. We'll see. They might have to rescue her if they want her as an ally because she's a super powerful spellcaster, or she might come back. It depends on... I guess it depends on how their plan goes. Okay, what other allies did they send here? Let's look. Because I usually write them in here. Oh, I'll need these for session 18. I'll have to remember to do the word on the street. Okay. Oh yeah. This envelope to her mom. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to deal with her mom as well. Huh. I don't know if I like this anymore. Moon needs to have thorn dreams. Did I even remember that? Okay. Refugees, yep, we got those. The doppelganger, he's not gonna show up. He's somewhere else. Marcellius. Oh yeah, Marcellius. He's back. Marcellius is back. So, the other jewels. Have they found one? I didn't really plan out the other jewels at this point. I didn't really expect them to go after them so much. I didn't even expect them to think that there were more. Even if Marcellius said so. There definitely is another one. A ruby. This one was more like a sapphire. This one's gonna be a ruby. think it's gonna do sort of the same thing as the current jewel. Okay, so if this one was the Jewel of Mien, which is Mient Wood, which is a civilization that was there before in the Mient Wood, which is why it's called the Mient Wood, and where is this from? Let's take a look. It just came from over here. It just went here, so it'd be kind of annoying if it was back over here. I might not need this token anymore. Probably over here. Right there. In the mountains. Maybe like deep in the mountain near like some lava or whatever. And they aren't going after it because House Jundai's military would crush House Shalmar. Like, no contest. House Shalmar does like carriages and stuff. They have good horsemen and stuff, but is in the Korkarons. I think that's how I spelled the Korkaron. No, Korkarons. Southwest Warthen. Deep inside the mountain. So they need more firepower, whatever. That's the way to do it. But why do they want it? Why do they want it? Like, because they're just ridiculously powerful. What do we know about House Shalmar? Not much. They're on the merchant caravans, well-bred, well-trained horses. Whatever. Lord Horus. Maybe they're just trying to, like... They were looking for it before the whole war started, but definitely after they knew that the king was dead. Maybe he's just trying to, like, protect himself. Maybe this is purely selfish. Well, like, not selfish, but, like, self-serving. Like, he doesn't want people to just be able to come in and take his land, whoever takes over next. So he's basically guaranteeing himself. It's like he's building nukes, you know? Nobody's gonna mess with him while he has these gems. Yeah. So, Lord Horus is looking for the gems to defend himself and his land. Who told him about him? Probably an advisor. Wizard advisor named... What's a good wizard name? Valgoth the Wise. Probably should have some mystery around him. Maybe like a you know, the Butcher of Blaviken. A good epitaph. I imagine this dude is like he would seem shady at first, but he turns out to like not. That's just like his aesthetic. Valgoth the Crow. Obvious, you know, from the best edgy goth 90s movie. I'm probably gonna make a reference to this and nobody's gonna get it though. Maybe they'll get it after they watch this video. This dude from The Crow. He'll probably look like that, but like an older version of Lee and The Crow. just as emo. Definitely. And with a big cape. Okay. What if Lady Atria left the city? No, she's back. She left the Atria estate. So basically she showed up with a huge entourage and has taken permanent residence in the castle. So, rumor has it that the Tria Manor is working as a skeleton crew. Not literal skeleton, but like bare bones, minimum to keep it running. Defending it with orders to retreat and give it up if the going gets rough. So basically Lady Atria is banking on the new king squashing the rebellion. She doesn't want to risk the life of her men to like fighting them when she knows that a new king is just about to be coronated and stop the advance. So she's not really gonna do anything about that because she thinks that the new king's gonna take care of it. Although the party's gonna kill the new king, maybe, we'll see. And throw a huge wrench in her plan. She's not gonna get the backup that she thinks. House Jundai is probably gonna push up and start laying siege to Arendelle, probably. Yeah, they'll have to deal with that. They kill Adonis. Adonis won't suicide himself either. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So, am I missing anybody? Are there any long-term projects that I forgot? This thing. Oh yeah. About that. Just checking to see if I'm missing anybody. Rufus. Yeah, something's up with Rufus. He's totally coming back. I just don't know how. We'll put that in the Wincellian section. This is the Arendelle section, right? Okay, so, okay. Resupply. They're gonna have to calculate this. Should I calculate it for them? Should figure out how long it's been. At least to speed it up. When were they last here? I don't know. I'll just say like they gotta pay him for 2 months. Or maybe 1 month. They'll keep better track of it than me. Parties always do with their money. When was the last time I mentioned Arendeals? There we go. They need to be paid again on summer day 57. Okay, yeah. They're gonna need paid for a month. And then they're probably going to want paid in advance. Pay them for 1 month. They will ask for an advance on the 2nd because of the pending war. Okay, and then they're going to make some. We can calculate that then. Basically, they'll get 1 month worth of stuff. Okay. I don't really want to deal with that right now. That's all logistics. So, what's next on the list? Go to the Naiad in the lake. Follow her, because the gate is only cross-planar. Righteously murder Adonis in whatever plane that is. Be it water elemental plane. Wild. Then they'll go to Wincelian. Okay, so I probably won't even have to plan for Wincelian. I have a rough outline, but they probably won't get there because the fight with Adonis is gonna be ridiculous. Not ridiculous, but it's gonna take a while. Whatever happens. Okay. Okay, so following Alia. So she lives in the Feywild. I don't really want to deal with the elemental plane of water, and it's super boring. So I think the Feywild is so much more exciting. Her dad like owns, rules a lake that she could use to get them there. Do what they need to do quickly, because he might find out and get mad. So basically they'll go down into the lake, swim till it feels like their lungs are about to burst, and then swim right onto the shore of a lake. Okay. So the Feywild. Man, I love the Feywild. Colorful trees, flowers, plants, water. Everything is super saturated. The trees are massive. Some of the flowers are as big as, I don't know, like cricket? Yeah. The water is a deep sapphire blue. There is a large open field filled with different flowers. In the distance, there are mountains taller than the clouds. Animals dart in and out, cover, and tons of different birds sing strange songs. Okay, I think that's enough. Because they're about to completely desecrate this place with the blood of a king. Well, royal blood. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're really not gonna get to Wincelian by the end of this. Okay. We're gonna have to find a good Feywild map here. So what we'll do, we'll go here. In my Feywild folder. What would be an interesting arena here? All these are dark. I feel like this. Maybe the act of gating him in causes the whole place to darken. Gating Adonis in darkens the sky, turns it to night as he falls from the moon. Bioluminescent. Hey! Flora and fauna appears, and I can describe that pretty easily off the top of my head. Cool. Right, let's get this positioned properly. My mouse double clicks, it's broken. Layer. Okay. Okay. Boop. There we go. That. Perfect size. We're gonna have to expand it once. Oh no, it really was perfect. Huh. Cool. Alright. Feywild Adonis fight. Alright, so. We're gonna need him. We're gonna need her. We're gonna. Oops. Darn double clicks. We're gonna need her. We're gonna need him. We're probably gonna take the lemons too, so I'm gonna have to make this fight a little bit harder because 8 player characters. Wasn't really my intent with this campaign, but you know, it's alright. Oops. Man, this double click is killing me. I need to fix my mouse. Make her color a little more appealing. There we go. Alright, these are the guys. I don't think they would take anybody with them. I think they care too much about Abigail and co. to really take them. Okay. These guys. Okay, now Adonis. We started making his sheet a while ago, which I'm glad because that gives me a lot less work that I have to do now. This is from the Imperial Birthright Sorcerer. He also has Divine Smite. This is gonna be a solo fight, so he's gonna have to be pretty big. I like this. I'm gonna have to make more of those. Mainly, he's gonna have to be able to make attacks, because that's the only way that this is going to be that's the only way that he's gonna be able to keep up, is if he can dish out attacks. Like, this guy's gotta feel like a threat. Like, I don't want him to be a pushover. What's his usual attack bonus? +8. That's gonna change. Alright, we gotta rework some stats here. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, yeah. Still is really smart. They won't banish him because that would just be dumb, but it might. Now there is a way to do this by the book. To balance it and everything. That's boring. This is much more exciting because you never know what you're gonna get. No, the CR is just doesn't work very well. I'm just gonna ignore this. Does he not even have a passive perception? Yeah. Probably trained in perception. Okay. Okay. What other cool stuff could he do? Okay, let's get this done first. He has +5. He's a level 20. He should have like a +10 at least. What would he name his pick? I'll just call it like a magical. This thing he's gonna cast. This thing's already really good. I think this will be a bonus action. Yeah, but I modeled him as like a general, but he's gonna be by himself. So this stuff just won't even, it won't come up, which is sad, because this is such a cool ability thing. So I'll have to give him something else. Probably his breath weapon, his Silver Dragonborn. I think that's cold damage. Okay. Let's see. Constitution, so 14, 12. Plus his proficiency bonus. DC 17. Dexterity, saving throw, or take. You know, the damage on. I'm gonna make this like a dragon. I'm gonna make this like a lot stronger. Because it is a dragon. It's a little more clear. Probably not the right language to use for that, but I know what it means. I'm not writing for anybody else. Ah, this thing. So, ranged. Probably like 30 feet. I don't think this is gonna be in it. Actually. Donis bathes enemy within 30 feet. Holy fire. The target must succeed on a DC 18 dexterity saving throw or take like 44. That's maximum 16 damage. Yeah. Taking half damage. A successful save. Okay. That works. What are his spells here? What would be good for him? This would be funny. That would be really fun. Oh, That could be interesting. He like gets up on a horse, starts riding around. That'd be super cool. Oh, what if he had a Pegasus? Yes. He certainly has a Pegasus. Yes, for sure. Now, the real question is, do I have a Pegasus? No, but I can get. Yep, right there. The next question is it in the compendium? What do you know? Today's my lucky day. Where can I put him? From over here. Now I think he's large, like a horse. If he's huge, I'll be surprised. Yeah, good. Now what's the Pegasus's name? Pegasus is a little generic. Okay. Pegasus. Whoops. There we go. Let's set this up. Pegasus. Wow, they're kind of weak actually. From like a pure number standpoint on that health. Yeah. Kind of suck. Might have to buff them. So anyway, this goes in the bestiary. I probably spelled this wrong. I think it's bestiary. It's fine. Celestials. Put him right up in there. And then we're gonna duplicate him. Just so we retain the original stats. I'm pretty sure Umi is horse in Japanese. This is... okay. Right. I like naming them after actual words. No, Umi's ocean. What's horse? It's really similar to that. Uma. Uma is horse. Is there a word for Pegasus? Nope. Okay. Well, Pegasus is already Greek. I'd go Latin because that's kind of... well, Greek is my whole like aesthetic for Adonis. I think I'll just... it's kind of boring, but it gets the job done. Nope, he's not Adonis Rathari. Oh. He's definitely gonna be stronger. At least from an armor class standpoint. From 70, 91. We'll just max out his hit dice. That's all he really needs, is to be able to survive. Fly speed, 90 feet. Yeah, that's crazy. The party can already dish out a ridiculous amount of damage, especially with 8 of them. He's probably going to summon this at the beginning. And then hop on top of it. Is 213 HP enough? They absolutely shredded the Remnant of Astoria and it had 300 HP. But then again, it was vulnerable to thunder damage. And that fight did kind of drag on. I'll give him a shield. And I'll make him a little... Hello? Wait. Okay, that was kind of weird. A little bug there. Okay. Any other cool reactions? Counterspell. I'll give him Sentinel. It's really strong. It's really strong. But he's already going to be outnumbered. He will be flying. They're probably going to have to ready actions and then hit him when he comes down. Doing this live is kind of weird because I have to, half of my process is just sitting here and staring at stuff while I think of something, so it's not too exciting to watch. What does like a really high level paladin get? Because I always imagined that Adonis is a Imperial Birthright Conquest Paladin, Imperial Birthright Sorcerer Conquest Paladin multi-class, which is a character that I so want to play someday. Actually, I would just play Adonis. I love the concept of this multi-class. What does he get? Maybe this. He already has this. He can't have this because that wouldn't work with his multi-class. Maybe this. Oh, how about it's like an aura of radiant energy that burns them when they strike him. A weapon attack. They take 5, that's his charisma? Yeah, 5 radiant. This is a bonus action, by the way. Are these just not updating? Yeah, there's something weird going on with these character sheets. Yeah, it's not updating for some reason. That's annoying. What are some good other spells I can give him? I really want this fight to be tough. This would just be mean. This would be so mean. Just sending one of the party members away. Oh my god. That would be... Man. As fun as that would be for me, it would not be fun for them. What is this? Crusader's Mantle. I think this is a good one. Oh, it's not that good, especially for a 3rd level. Still pretty nice. A lot of smites, I don't really want to deal with those. Those are kind of annoying. And Greater Steed. He already kind of has that. Holy Weapon. Isn't Holy Weapon really good though? I think Holy Weapon deals extra damage. Oh my god. It's actually a really nice spell. What do Conquest Paladins get spell-wise? That'd be interesting. Hopefully something good. I would kill, dominate person. Oh, Stone Skid would actually be really good for his survivability, especially because his health is kind of low. I think that's a 5th level too, so that would round out his 2 spell slots pretty nicely. The problem is that this will only help against... Oh, it's a level 4. This will only help against certain party members, like Ella and Tia, because a lot of the other main melee like weapon damage is Cricket, who has magic weapons, Crisella, who also has magic weapons, and then the rest of the gang does like mostly magic damage as well. Eden even has a magic weapon, so this really isn't going to help him that much, but it'll help him take a few more hits. He's probably going to cast this at the beginning, this at the beginning. Probably just going to let him just do that, because if I make him waste turns like that, they're going to get in free hits, and it's not going to be good. This wisdom saving throw needs to be higher. This shouldn't be a reaction, this should be up here. I'll get really confused if I see that in the reactions. This is just a quality of life for me, where I can just click it when he has Investiture Flame up. Did I give him more HP? Man, I just really don't want him to just die in 1 or 2 rounds. And they're probably gonna whip out the big guns on him. I give him a health potion? I mean, I want to give him magic items. It'd be kind of cheesy, though. I think I'll just figure out... Man. I could end the session if they kill him. And then figure out what loot he has later, but I want him to be able to use it in the fight. Maybe he has a Holy Avenger. Is this too OP? This actually isn't that OP. Maybe he has a Holy Avenger. Bit of his war pick. Any sword. I could increase this damage a little bit. I'll make it like a 1d10 sword that he can one-hand. Give him some more damage. That's 5 plus his proficiency bonus plus 3. I think this would be 12 then. And I'll drop his melee attack since this is really strong. This would deal 8. This thing not updating is getting kind of annoying. Wait. Did some stuff not save? What's going on with these sheets? Just do this. Something's going on with Roll20 today. If you hold shift and double click, you can open up somebody's character sheet. Yeah, why is this not updating? I really want to test it, but it'll give away what he has to the players. Come on. Update. Huh. What if I do this? Yeah. Huh, well, that was weird. This is good for him. This is good for him as well. He might cast this on himself. He'll get 5 temp HP every turn, that's not bad. Or he could haste himself, that would be good. He might actually use his concentration on that. He doesn't use this, no. Well, I think his strategy is, oh, but Investiture of Flame is really good too. You might use this as a backup if things like a stage 2 kind of thing. Oh man, what if he just legit has a stage 2 where he regains health and then does this and then only uses Investiture of Flame attacks but does them like as multi-attacks? And then like starts going in like spell mode? That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I like that. So he'll regain like 150 HP maybe, like 100 HP. Yeah, half, 100 HP. And then he goes like full, like pew pew pew. So I should give him like something good that he can spam, kind of. He has Firebolt, which will do quite a bit. This progresses, I think. Yeah, cantrip dice. 3d10 fire. If he's level 20, it would be more like 40-10, but I don't want to make it too bad. Yeah, I do. I actually do. Maybe he does this as a bonus action in his spell form. And then he can just pew pew. Yeah. I like it. So this is one of the few times I'll actually write stuff down, because this is kind of a complex fight. So strategy. So find Steed for his Pegasus and cast Stone Skin on himself. Oh, but is Stone Skin concentration though? Yeah, that's the problem. He'll haste himself first. Which means that although he can move faster, his Steed can't. Steed still moves faster than he would if he hasted himself, so he'll get that extra attack in, he'll get that AC in, and advantage on his dex saves, which is good. It's good. Ooh, but this really sucks. I don't know if I want to do that now. Him losing an entire round of action economy and no legendary actions, he would get bursted down so fast. So maybe Stone Skin is the move here, and he uses this as like a last resort. I think Stone Skin is a more... And it would help his concentration saves. Oh, also he is, he gets magic resist from his Holy Avenger. Has advantage on saving throws against magical effects. Okay, so, fly around on Pegasus doing dive bombs. So after he reaches 0, set him back to 100, and then have him use Investiture of Flame. So then now he spams spells. Maybe, oh man. Sprouts Angelic Wings gains a fly speed of 40 feet. Spam spells. Investiture attack as a bonus action. And Firebolt is main action. And look, I know that Investiture of Flame specifically says that it's an action, but this dude's by himself. He's gonna need some damage output. I think instead of putting all the loot on him, I'll give him like a platinum key that unlocks his vault. Because then it'll give me not only time to think of the loot, but also give them an incentive not to just never go back to the capital. So, Holy Avenger, obviously. A platinum key. I'll deal with the fallout of this in a later episode, planning episode. I don't really need to plan for that for here. Okay, here's what I'm worried about, is that since they're so focused on like their goals and stuff, they're gonna try and get to this step as fast as possible and not really like talk or anything a lot during these sections. Like, we've written a lot, but really in game time, this is maybe an hour and a half, and it's all just me giving exposition, which sucks. It's not exciting. Well, another thing that I'm making sure that I do is this plan's probably gonna work. I'm not gonna say like, oh well, he has this magic thing that doesn't let him be gated. I want their plan to work, because you shouldn't metagame their plan and like build specific counters to it. At least not all the time. You should do it sometime to make it interesting, because it'd be really boring if every plan went the right way. But I think a lot of the time you should give them some victories, but put little twists on it that make them adapt to it. Oh, the Feywild time passage. Here's what we need to know. What? Okay, I get that this is about Critical Role, but do they have the table here? No. There's a table that you roll on. What is this? Is this 3.5? I don't know why he's doing all of these equations. Here we go. This is what I want, right here. Days become hours. I don't want it to be on this end. But these are days. How about an hours become days? Yeah, maybe. How do I want this to work? What would happen if the king to be coronated just disappeared? This would complicate things too much. I don't want to deal with this. But it would be really disappointing if it didn't happen at all, because it is the Feywild. Okay. Did it roll? 9. No change. Oh, well. There we go. It has been rolled. Right? 7 to... Okay. No change in time. A little boring. Because if I speed it up too fast, the war will be over. And they'll be kind of low level. Fight the big boy. And they haven't had enough build up yet to that. This part of the video is boring. It's where I decide how much I want to mess with the timeline of the campaign. and how long I want it to go. After they do this, Adonis is the big threat of this tier of play that they're at right now. If they get rid of him, big bad guy, probably either going to become the queen, it's kind of boring. The archbishop is probably going to be the guy that they go after next. I'm probably going to link him with the other guy, maybe. Probably not, I don't know. Basically, campaign's been 10 months long. They're level 10. They've been progressing kind of slow. Not really, kind of fast compared to how often we played. We played 18 times in 10 months. Not a lot. They're gonna get level 10 after this. I'm trying to think of like what level I want them to be, or what level do they need to be to fight the big boy. And what will they do if this campaign speeds up in time? Actually, it might be better if it speeds up. Because then House Jundai is laying siege to Arendelle. Kestrel might have arranged like a coup or something. So like there's fighting in the streets in Winselian. House Shalmar maybe close to getting the ruby. House Miranes has like an army of small army. It gives the other boys time to do their job and get together. Yeah, this is a tough call. I rolled and it said nothing, but I don't have to use that roll. If I speed it up too much, it'll feel cheap. If it doesn't move at all, it'll be too cheap. And they won't even be there for a day. It'd feel kind of dumb if I sped it up into like an hours become year kind of thing. It'd be kind of dumb. Not kind of dumb, a lot dumb. What if a week passes while they're in there? It's not that much. I could skip to winter. That's an entire season that they skipped though, because it's the beginning of fall. What's rules as written time skip? What's the worst that can happen? Days become years on a 20. Days become months. Is this the legit thing here? Is that actually how the table works? Let me check. Time warp. Yeah, that is the right table. Yeah. This would mean that days become months, or at least days become weeks. Things would have changed a lot. And I don't know I want that to happen. This is a really hard call. It'd be really interesting and speed up the campaign. Thing is, like, when Adonis dies, there's not a lot left for them to do. They gotta deal with Chrysella's dad, which I want to happen. They gotta deal with Cricket's thing, which I also want to happen. They can deal with Cricket's thing when they get to Winselian. Knock that one out pretty easily. Chrysella's dad. Could do that in the Feywild. He's more elemental though than Fey. It would be kind of a stretch to stick him in the Feywild. Unfortunately. Yeah, that would be a little too contrived. This part's probably really boring. Well, let's do this really quick. Let's make a nice legendary action. Would be a cool legendary action. Yeah. We have 2 offensive ones. Defense one? Or like a disengage one. Dodge and roll. Adonis disengages and moves 15 feet. Lets him reposition out of flanking positions and stuff. This is really the best I can think of. He has a +3 weapon, so this spell's kind of useless. Okay, here's what he's going to use these. He's going to use these a lot. Those are the spells that he's going to use most often, I think, in the fight. This I might just take out, honestly. He's not really gonna have... Should I give him a way to escape? Is it possible? Should I let them kill him here? Or give him an opportunity to get out? I think he's new to this whole sorcerer thing. Like, I think that he's not much of a magic guy. He's just a, he just happened to stumble into those powers. But he wouldn't know teleport. What level of a spell is teleport anyway? No, he couldn't even use teleport. He would need to know plane shift, which is like a level 8, I think. Be a level 7 actually. Let me check for sure. And there's no reason that he would have like a scroll or something of that. I think this is level... Oh no, it's level 7. Yeah, he doesn't even... Yeah, he doesn't even have level 7 spell slots. And you would need a rod attuned to the material plane. Yeah, there's literally no reason that he would have a way to get out of this. Unfortunately. He could try to dive back into this and like get out, but the chances of him... The portal would be closed because Alia... Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think of what he does in game. Like if he'll try to run He could just straight up book it into the Feywild. What about the Blackthorn? It's in the Feywild right now. At this point, it would be. Yeah, it's humming, vibrating aggressively. Maybe, okay. Maybe after they kill his second form, I'll roll a d100. There's a 50-50 chance he dies or tries to run into the Feywild. On a 50 plus, he runs into the Feywild. On a less than 49, he dies. There. And this doesn't mean that he'll escape. They can still, like, what's a good HP for this? 25 HP. That'll give him a chance to gun him down as he runs, if this happens. And we'll go to Winselian and go after the Church and Queen. Here's the thing. They could chase him. If they chase him, it's going to take a while. If he escapes, it's going to take a while to get him back. That's when the time skip will happen. If it does. If they decide to leave, a week will have passed and the city's under siege. And Kestrel did the revolution. Or is about to start. Okay, so. If the party immediately leaves after killing him, a week passed in the material plane. Arendelle is under siege by House Jindai. Kestrel is about to execute her rebellion. If the party chases him, bad things happen. Big ol' time skip. I'm thinking, I might do downtime anyway. Where I'll be like, okay, after you kill Adonis, what do you do? And give like an opportunity for downtime. They can take it if they want. Yeah, I'll just give them that choice. They can take it if they want. After they deal with Adonis, ask if they want downtime. So, how much? If not, what are they going to do? I should end this one a little early. I should also do a break right before this fight starts. And then I want to. This should end a little early so that we don't have to stay up really late planning stuff, because they're gonna want to talk after this, and I don't want to like be too late where they can't talk in front of me, because I always like get more ideas when I hear them talk about things when I'm there. They'll conspire behind my back, which is okay, but I can react a lot better and make a more interesting story if I can hear at least part of the plan. I think this will go over as they expect. Except this part. Or maybe they all die here. But yeah, I don't think too much will be happening. Let's make this more clear. Okay. So what's gonna happen is he's going to hop on his boy here. And they're gonna fly around. Pew pew pew. All this stuff happens, whatever. Okay. So. They're here. Oh, what are they gonna do with the Purple Chateau? They're probably gonna want to leave as soon as possible. I'll probably have Lord Mirane say his goodbyes and stuff. Yeah, that part shouldn't be too hard to improvise. I won't even. That's not even worth planning for. This time. Come up with some good ones. The coronation will be in the fall. No. Yeah, that's better. No one seems to know who Adonis is. Because he was hidden when King Melchior was purging his family line. Black cloaks are out. There are more black cloaks out than usual. I'm not selling them. Okay. There's those. Slap them on in here. Actually, I think I do it like this usually. Okay. And then pick other notes here. Am I forgetting anything? I should redo this with their plan. Obtain pet stays number 4, as is tradition. there we go. I think that's the plan. Go to Arendelle, do recon, go to the Naiad, righteously murder him, then go to Wincelian. Yep. About right. This is for the eventual Wincelian thing. This will be for the fight. Yeah. So, want to make sure that I know how this works. Just in case. I don't think I'll give him the mounted combatant feat because that would be a little too much. Yeah. It moves as you direct it. It only has those. Yep. Cool. Alright. So, there. Here's our plan. Gonna do all sorts of stuff. This is gonna be a big information dump at the beginning, tension in the middle, and then a big old fight at the end, and then maybe some mystery. I don't know if I'll leave it on a cliffhanger, or what I'll leave it on. I don't really know if I should. The last several sessions have all been on like a cliffhanger, so. And I don't want to manufacture one if there's not a natural cliffhanger that happens. I don't think Alia's dad will show up. They'll probably, unless this fight gets ridiculous, or he runs into the Feywild. Maybe if he runs into the Feywild, I'll have them run into Alia's dad. Who's like some sort of lake spirit or something. Maybe like a Merid. Something like that. No, Merids are more elemental. I'll think of something. If he does run into the forest and they don't kill him, then I'll have it end on them. Who are you guys? And that's like, oh no, it's Alia's dad. And I'll be like, this guy emerges from the lake. He has a big beard and stuff. You know, make him really dad-like. Maybe a Hawaiian shirt or something. But if they kill Adonis, I'll let them celebrate. Not give him a cliffhanger. So yeah. This has been session 18 planning for Kingmaker. The session will happen tomorrow, and I'll upload the video of that session. Yeah, so this is how I plan. I'll be making a video like this every time I do it, so thanks for watching.